Good afternoon, and what is a mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday the 31st of January, and I'm in the Read Nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a package to continue unboxing. And what I've pulled out, what I've got in here, I have a box of missions for, I believe that's for Mothership, and the Grey Seas, A Dreaming My Death, a William Hope Hodgson role-playing game. But what I'm actually going to unbox here is this, which is Planar Compass issue 3. Let's see where I can find the seal for this. There we go. Tear to get it open, but nevertheless. So this is a fanzine for Old School Essentials. Old School Essentials is Necrotic Gnomes role-playing game based upon basic Dungeons and Dragons, the Moldvay Cook version, published in 1981-82 or 1980-81, which I grew up with, and has been a very successful retro clone. And Planar Compass, this is the 3rd issue of this fanzine, and what it's been doing is something that, in general, the Old School Renaissance hasn't really explored in any depth, which is really kind of leaving your world behind to step onto the astral plane and beyond. The first issue, it literally took you up onto the astral plane and a little oasis and trading outpost, which you could explore and have an adventure there, and was very good. And this continues that exploration. So we've got a nice wraparound cover. So some strange land with technological, sort of like almost technological, but sort of like beetle-like creatures and weird armor and so on. So it's quite an eye-catching cover. Inside we have essentially a list of sects of this world. I think it's detailed in one world. That's the impression I'm getting. I haven't really looked at this before, actually. And we have an index of the monsters in the book, in the fanzine, and then before we actually get to the credits and the contents page, and we start off with a general introduction, and it recommends essentially you need to have a copy of Old School Essentials and the first 2 issues, and we have an introduction for the players with 2 classes and 2 roads to take. The character classes are the Cannonoid, and this is done in the classic style of Old School Essentials. One of the great things about Old School Essentials is how it took basic Dungeons and Dragons, that version from 80-81, and codified it into a really clean, clear layout that is so easy to use. In fact, this is actually not quite 2 pages, because it's quite more. There's more detail. Typically, in Old School Essentials, you have a character class placed on 2 pages, and everything you need on there. You've got a bit more detail on here. There's more detail. It's more detail required. More space is required. So this is 4 pages rather than 2. So it's going to be 2. So I stand corrected. And then we have the next one is the Time Priest, and I'm already intrigued. Anytime you're going to go, oh, fancy and time travel. That's going to be interesting. And then we have the laws of time preservation. So we are taking this in the Old School Essential is being taken in a very odd direction, not one you would normally take it in traditional fantasy. We've got a list of the Time Priest spells and the actual list, and then we've got a list of the actual spells like Accelerate Healing, Calcify Good Memory, Detect Chaos, and then Field of Law, Ignore Malady, and so on. Nostalgia as a spell. This spell creates a sweet, swirling vapor that fills a 10-foot square. All subjects within or adjacent to that square are distracted by the memories of a simpler, more curve-free time. Yes, that's really kind of fun, actually. I really kind of... That's such a neat spell. It's you cast that, and it literally just distracts everyone. you know, it makes everyone feel better. So all the spells got to 5th level, including, you know, to stop time and temporal distortion and temporal stasis. They can be quite powerful. And then we've got a location, the clockwork port. Now, forget clockwork, we're thinking clocks, and therefore time. So this is beginning to tie all together in this issue. Really here we've got the beginnings of the colour aspects of the city and of the fanzine. Previous issues have used sort of like spot colour rather than full colour. All the details of a location, the cathedral, the cathedral clocks work, and a rather fetching little map of it, and wandering denizens, and cathedral location descriptions, including down to the basement. Descriptions of the locations of the basement. And then we have Ordo, the plane of law and time. So this is really, it's gone beyond the astral plane, now dealing with the individual planes. Really kind of introduced, originally you're talking about the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide, 1st edition, and then essentially, to most people, and then really explored further in the Manual of the Planes. And then if you go beyond that, we're really kind of looking at something like Planescape, which was actually released, well, essentially 30 years ago, in 2023, and in 2023 you also got the Planescape box set for or slipcase for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. So being explored once again. So we've got full details of the Order and the Law of Plane. It will be interesting to see which planes that the future issues of Planar Compass explore. And then, of course, the Great Wheel of basically clock and time, I'm presuming. And then we have it in action over the plane. The Kingdom of Ritus of Definius, another location, quite brightly presented in terms of its map, and that's quite almost gaudy, I would say. So a description of that. And this is followed by a cartoon strip. Another description of its location, the time well. The details of basically its effect at various levels. Oh, almost dropped it because I haven't got the open gaming license, because that's actually quite a glossy cover, so it's slipping in my fingers there. So yeah, that is, let's just have a look. All published by Planar Compass LLC, and if you can find copies, they're well worth picking up. They're a really very good little fanzine. I actually love the first one, not so much the second one, and if this one looks more interesting than the second one, certainly. And I look forward to giving this a full review, perhaps in my next round of fanzine reviews, which I do sort of like every kind of bank holiday weekend. So yeah, that's Planar Compass issue 3, published by Planar LLC, for use with Old School Essentials and other retroclones. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game, role-playing game, or in this case, a little fanzine, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing Nook video. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.